Hi guys and welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing great. Right at the outset, I do want to say that this video is going to be in English and English alone, and the reason for this is that this video is more about how to get your licensing completed in Canada. So this video targets all of you internationally trained lawyers, be it from India or Pakistan or South Africa or England, who are looking to move to Canada and work as lawyers. So yes, this video is going to be talking about the NCA process, the entire process, the assessment, the exams, the money involved, whether one should do NCA or LLM or do the credit courses in the university. So yes, that is what this video is going to be about. I hope this benefits you. And yes, do comment and let me know if you have any further questions, if there was some doubt that still lingers on in your mind, anything else that you feel that I might have missed, do let me know. And without wasting more time, let's just get into the video. So let's just start at the beginning. What is NCA? NCA is this committee that is going to assess your legal education, your local law degree, and they will let you know how many exams you need to give in order for your degree to, become at par with a Canadian law degree. So the process for this is very simple. You apply for an assessment, you get assessed, you start applying for exams, you start clearing your exams, you go for your legal research and drafting. After all of these things are done, you get your certificate of qualification. So that's a pretty straightforward process. Now let's just start with the assessment, because the assessment is something which a lot of people find a little complicated, or sometimes they don't know where to begin, what to do, what the right things are, what things they need to avoid. So let's just talk about the assessment. Now in the assessment, honestly, it's a pretty simple form. You have to create an account on the NCA website. I'll flash it here. And you need to, it's a very basic form. You need to fill out your basic information, your legal education. In the assessment form, there are two important things though. The first one is your transcripts. So NCA has a few particular electronic modes through which it accepts transcripts. If your college or university is one of those, then it's so amazing, but mine was not. So I had to have my university send a hard copy to the Ottawa office. I'll also put the address here where you can send your hard copy of the transcripts just for your ease. So the first thing that's important and a little tricky about the assessment is the transcripts, and second is your resume. It's very important that you really express your work history really well. It's important to include internships, research papers, any moots debates that you did. It's very important to have everything itemized. You need to use the right words to express what you did and how. As you know, it's basically your resume and the transcripts that form the basis of the NCA's decision that how many exams are they going to ask you to take. So trust me, there's no hard and fast rule. These days everyone is saying that, oh, if you have about 3 years of legal work ex in the past 5 years, then you only get 5 subjects and the one legal research drafting module, which is a new addition. It just started happening last year, so that's still new, but of course it's very helpful. But yes, you need to be very clear with your resume, because that is how the person is going to know this candidate, right? So that is how they will evaluate that, okay, he or she might be at this level and this is what they have to do. So the assessment roughly takes about 6 to 8 weeks. I personally got mine within 5 weeks. A little less than that maybe. I wasn't expecting it to come in so soon, but yeah, they're pretty good with communication. So in case you feel like you want to check, oh, has my transcript reached, or some issue with the name or in the forms, they're very good. they reply pretty quickly, honestly, and they're very helpful. So definitely that's something to keep in mind in case you have any concerns and you want to check in with the NCA office. I'll also put down their contact information and email, whatever I can find right here, and I can also link it in the description for your comfort. Okay, so when you're done with the assessment is when you can start preparing for the exams. So as of now, there are 5 compulsory exams that everybody needs to give. These exams are administrative law, professional ethics, criminal law, constitutional law, and foundations of Canadian law. Okay, and that is what I got as well. I got these 5 exams, and of course the legal research and drafting that has to be done, it's also compulsory now. So these are the 6 requirements that I need to fulfill. So now that we know that these are the compulsory subjects, we can always start preparing for this well in advance, even when our assessment is pending, because the syllabus is online and there are plenty of tutors online. There are a few good ones in Alberta, there are a few good ones in India. I'm sure BC and Ontario have good NCA teachers as well. So it's your decision whether you want someone to tutor you or you just want to do it yourself. As for the information, there is enough mention on the NCA website. They have actually given a very good outline of all the subjects, so the syllabus is very clearly demarcated, and they have also mentioned the readings that one can do in order to prepare themselves for these exams. So now let's talk about the exams. I have only given one exam as of now, which was administrative law, and I have been told that all of the NCA exams have to have a practical application of the knowledge that you gain while preparing for the subjects. So one thing you have to know is that these exams are open book, the 3 hours duration, and they're all online. So a couple of things that you do need to take care of is good internet connection is extremely important. You need to have a very good typing speed. So mine is 70 words per minute, and for me, my administrative law exam, it literally finished like 10 minutes before my time was up. So you need to be very quick, you need to be typing well, your internet needs to be good, and also your notes need to be extremely organized, and you need to know what has been mentioned where. So I don't know about you guys, but like I did my law from India, and in India, in my university, the focus was more on theoretical knowledge, and of course you all know the exams were closed, right? You couldn't open your notes or books and that, and you had to write really long answers, and you were also expected to retain so many sections and articles and case laws in your brain. But that is not the case here. If your notes are thoroughly marked and you've understood the subject, then it's a very comfortable and nice space for you to be in. All that you need to work on is understanding the concepts, maintaining a good typing speed, and of course a very good internet connection. So that is it. And of course we should also talk about the optional exams. So some of the optional exams are contracts, tort, property. So another aspect related with exams is the cost involved. As of March 2023, the cost of taking every single NCA exam is $550 plus taxes, and you can get a refund if you cancel at least 2 days prior to the examination. So sometimes say you feel like, oh, I'll be prepared for this subject in 2 months, and after like 6 weeks you're like, no, that's not happening, I haven't had time to prepare myself. You can cancel it and you can get a refund. Another important thing related with exams is the number of attempts. So you are allowed to attempt every single examination 3 times. If you are not able to clear your subjects in those 3 attempts, then you have to look at alternatives. So I want to clear a few misconceptions here. Many people are confused about the NCA. Like, do I have to give this exam? When do I give this exam? Where do I give this exam? Is there any alternate way of becoming a lawyer in Canada? So the first thing I will tell you guys is that you don't have to be living in Canada to give the NCA exams. You could be in your home country, like I could be in India right now and be giving my NCA exams, and that's completely fine. You don't need to be having a valid Canadian visa, anything like that, to be appearing for these exams. The second thing is that the NCA exams, that's the cheapest way that you can get your local degree at par with the Canadian law degree. Why I say this is because, as far as I'm aware, and do correct me if I'm wrong, the comment section below. If not the NCA exams, you have two options. You can either go for LLM, common law. Very few universities have been recognized by NCA that okay, if you do LLM at this XYZ university, we will count that as supplementing whatever your NCA requirements are. Okay, so like I am in British Columbia, here it's UBC. If I do LLM in common law in UBC, which is a 1-year course, or 2 years if you're doing it part-time, then they consider that as supplementing the NCA requirements. Now I do want to say here that whether you go for the NCA exams or LLM, that's completely your choice. It depends on your priority, what you find easier, and of course your financial capabilities. Where, for example, if NCA has 6 compulsory things and we do $500 for those 6 things, so it comes up to $3,000 maximum for if we take like re-attempts or something. Or even if we count assessment and everything, maximum I'd say 6,000 as of today. But if you want to go for your masters, even if you're doing it as a permanent resident, it's going to cost a lot. It's about 30,000 ish today in 2023. Okay, so it depends. If you have the money and you want to go for more education in a formal setup, of course, I mean, education never goes to waste, and I will never say that oh, like you shouldn't do that. Of course, if you have the money, you should go for it. But if you're somebody who's on a budget and who needs to be thinking carefully and proceeding with caution, then I would say NCA exams would be a better bet. Now, the second thing that you can do, and I'm only going to be talking about British Columbia because that's where I am and that's what I have researched about, is that University of British Columbia also offers credit courses where you can enroll and take those classes, do the assignments, give the final exams, and that also goes towards your NCAs. So here you don't get an LLM, but you take the exact subjects classes that are needed for you to satisfy the NCA requirements. Okay, now here as well, it's about 5 credits per subject and it's about 900-ish per credit, so it does come out to be a lot. If there is some particular subject that you're stuck on or something that you're too scared to do yourself, one odd subject, you can do that. Or if you feel like just depending on that, on the courses, that's fine. If you feel like no, I can study myself, I'd rather go for a tutor and do this, that's fine too. So now that you know this, it's pretty clear. There are 3 ways of satisfying the NCA requirements. Number 1 is just giving the exams. Number 2 is going for LLM common law. And number 3 is taking the credit classes. So now let's just talk about the happy part. You've cleared everything, assessments done, exams done, you got your certificate of qualification. Now what happens? Now you have to intern or article for about a year, and then you have to take the bar exam, after which you are a licensed professional and you can practice in Canada as a lawyer. Now I do want to say here that the time taken for this entire process completely depends upon you, how focused you are, how time sensitive you treat this journey to be, and of course how hard you work. So I won't say that it takes like 6 months or whatever. Honestly, it can take a couple of years, and that's fine. The journey is worth it, I've been told. So now I do want to take a moment to let you guys know that I will be interviewing an internationally trained lawyer who has started practicing in Canada, in Vancouver, in immigration law. And what I want to do from this entire exercise, this entire procedure, is to create content for the legal community and build a supportive network, because that's something that's very important, especially when you all come in a new country and you have to navigate the system. So I hope that this video reaches out to the right people, the right legal professionals who are willing to help each other out, pull each other up and not down. I would really appreciate feedback. If any of you who are watching this video have recently gotten over with their bar exam process or their NCA, or are in their articling journey, please feel free to comment, share your experiences, the good, the bad, the pros, cons, what country you guys are from, everything I want to know. I just hope that this video did help you, benefit you in some way. It might be a little like awkwardly cut at places. I'm still new at making videos, but this is something that I'm going to be exploring in detail now, especially because I am personally experiencing this journey. So if this is something that interests you, do subscribe to my channel, do comment, share with your peers who, you know, they might just even be in the legal field or aspire to become a lawyer someday. And yeah, so this is it. This is about the assessment, and in the next video I am going to be talking about the assessment process in detail. We're going to be talking about the resume and the transcripts in detail, how to build the right resume, what are the different requirements set out by NCA that determine how many subjects you might have to appear in. And if that is something that interests you, you can subscribe for that as well. And yes, I'll see you guys soon with another video.